Gentleman's recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In December 1890, Chief Spotted Elk and his band of Lakota, including many women and children, were moving from the Cheyenne River Sioux tribe, the reservation, to the Pine Ridge Sioux reservation. As was mentioned, they were stopped by the Army's 7th Cavalry, and they were forced to make camp at Wounded Knee Creek in South Dakota. The next morning, on December 29th, the 7th Cavalry attempted to disarm the Lakota. A struggle ensued, a shot ran out, and before long, the 7th Cavalry was opening fire on the Lakota. Almost all of them unarmed, and as was mentioned earlier, most women and children. More than 300 non-combatants were killed. Mr. Speaker, this was a massacre. Too many think of Wounded Knee as something that happened in the long ago past and in a faraway place. The inaccuracy of that view was driven home to me in June when I went to the site and I spoke to the descendants of Wounded Knee. There I sat at length with an elder whose grandmother survived that day. He grew up hearing from her own voice of the fear, of the violence, of the tragedy of that day. Mr. Speaker, this was not a history book. This was his grandmother. Close by at St. John's Church, I looked at the site where the wounded and the dying were taken. The floorboards of that church are still stained with their blood. These are real people. These are real places. These are not ancient tales of a distant land. Our nation has struggled with how best to remember, to mourn that terrible day. On the 100th anniversary of Wounded Knee, this body issued a formal apology and expressed deep regret for the actions of that day, and that is obviously altogether appropriate, although on its own it is woefully insufficient. Last year, the Oglala Sioux Tribe and the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe exercised tremendous leadership by coming together to purchase the 40 acres surrounding this site, an area that was mentioned was site to just an old trading post. The management of that site was not an appropriate memory of those who had died that day. And so this bill, the Wounded Knee Massacre Memorial and Sacred Site Act, would place those 40 acres into restricted fee status, in essence placing them into trust for the tribes. That would provide the tribes additional tools that they could use to better protect this sacred land. I want to recognize the leadership of the tribal leaders involved. Firstly, President Frank Starr comes out, who graces our body with his presence in this chamber today. But also Chairman Ryman LeBeau, former President Kevin Killer, former Chairman Harold Frazier. We have spent months working together along with committee staff and along with the Department of Interior to craft this important legislation. My colleagues, I ask for a yes vote on this bill. Wounded Knee is sacred ground. It has been hallowed by the blood of innocent women and children. It deserves protection. This act can give the tribes, the descendants of those who died, the tools they need to do just that, and I would yield back.
Mr. Speaker, I have no further requests for time, and I'm prepared to close, and I continue to reserve.
Gentleman from Georgia reserves. Gentleman from Arizona is